What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope all is well. On this video, we're going to give you the real reason why Christian Forier says Coach Prime isn't that bright of a guy. He's pretty much attacking his smarts here. And he said also he can't really coach football either. He said it's just all hype. And he said Coach Prime followers are brainwashed. So we're going to talk about that. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So Christian Forier, we're gonna let you hear what he has to say as well, but I'm gonna give you the real reason why he is saying this. And I had said this before. There's a reason why Coach is getting attacked right now. And Christian Forier, I have to admit he's a Colorado legend. He played at the University of Colorado, and he's not the only former football player at Colorado that's been in the NFL that's being critical of Coach Prime right now. But there's a reason for it. Okay, there's a reason for it. And let me just, first of all, Christian Forier, he played for the New England Patriots. He's a tight end. He played in the NFL, okay? He played for the University of Colorado. He said Coach Prime isn't that bright of a guy. We're gonna let you hear it in a second, and I'm gonna give you the reason for it because it's involving these two gentlemen right here. The one on the left, that's Matt McChesney. He also played at the University of Colorado. And this is Christian Forier's son right here, Caleb Fauria, right there. And he's no longer with the program. And I think Christian Forier may have a problem with it. It's about this guy. All right, so let's go back to this photo here. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put Christian Forier. Yeah, I'm going to keep this photo here, and we're going to listen to what Christian Forier had to say.
I just don't like the way he coaches football. I don't think he's very bright. I don't think he can manage a game. I think there's a lot of flash, but I think there's no substance, and he's got a lot of people like brainwashed. I'm not a fan of him. Not a fan of his coaching style, not a fan of his messaging. I just don't like the way he coaches football. I don't think he's very bright. I don't think he can manage a game. I think there's a lot of flash, but I think there's no substance, and he's got a lot of people like brainwashed. I'm not a fan of him. Not a fan of his coaching style, not a fan of his messaging. There's a lot of things, internally that I know about that I'm not a fan of. And it's just not worth my energy to sit there and follow it and go back and forth with the Emperor Has No Clothes crowd that support him regardless of how stupid he is sometimes. They got a new scoreboard. Hey, listen, Fox is like, fine. If that's what if that is what gets you going, then good for you. All your victories are hollow in my book if all you care about is relevancy. They're hollow. They mean nothing. Win the Big 12.
Okay, so you heard that right there. That's Christian Forier. He said that, first of all, he started off saying he just don't think he's that bright of a guy, meaning that he's stupid. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. We just have to crack this all the way open. He's saying coach is stupid, and also he don't know how to coach football. And he said that he's seeking relevancy instead of wins. And he said his victories are hollow. This is what Christian Forier said. Now, let's get to the reason why he's saying this. Let's bring up these two gentlemen here. The gentleman on the left, that's Matt McChesney. And Matt McChesney said something in one of his podcasts that was interesting. And I knew I knew this day was coming. Now, also, the person to the right is Christian Forier's son. He's no longer with the team. So that's one of the reasons why Christian Forier, there's no love lost. Because his son is not with the team no more. Okay? So that's the obvious, right? So let's go back to Matt McChesney. So Matt said one day on his podcast, he said he gave a couple scenarios. He said if Coach Prime get fired, they on the hook to pay him the rest of that buyout. Okay. But he said the only way that he'll leave Colorado program without Colorado having to pay him unless he quit. And he said he don't see that happening. The only way that's going to happen unless we put pressure on him through the media. That's what he said. The media has to put pressure on Coach Prime and get him to quit. Because I guess they want Coach Prime to get so frustrated and so upset that people are talking about him and attacking him that he's like that. The H with this, and I'm just gonna step down. I think that's why they're doing it. That's the reason why they're doing it, because he said it. He said that if he get fired, they're going to have to pay him. You remember Coach Prime had signed a extension. And this is not me being a fanboy of Coach Prime or anything like that. I'm just telling you how I see it, and I'm using their words here because that's what he said. He said that if he gets fired, they have to pay him that buyout. See, if he gets fired with cause, like the Michigan coach, he got fired with cause, meaning that they don't have to pay him the rest of his contract. They don't owe him a buyout. But if coach just stepped down just on his own, yes, they don't have to pay him. If coach just say I don't want to coach football anymore. But let's say if they fire him just because they having a losing record and they haven't won anything, they still have to pay a buyout. Okay. And that's what Matt McChesney, he don't want that. He said he'd rather for him to just step down and go somewhere else. And he said he doesn't see that happening. The only way he see that happening unless the media has to put pressure on him. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said. The media has to put pressure on this guy because they think right now, and a lot of people are thinking that this is just a hobby for him. He's not really serious about football. It's a money grab. And the only reason why he came, I'm telling you how they feel. The only reason why he came to Colorado is just to get his son in the NFL and Travis. That's it. That was the job. To get his son in the NFL and then get Travis in the NFL. And that was it. Now he signed a extension. Why not stay and get the money? And then it don't matter. Then if they fire me, they're going to have to give me a buyout. That's what these people think about him. They don't think he's serious about winning. And they think that he's all flash and substance. That's what they're saying. Okay. And they're saying this publicly in hopes of Coach Prime getting so frustrated. He said, you know what? I don't have to take this. I'm just stepping down. The problem with that is if he steps down, he's not going to get that money. But if he gets fired, they have to pay him. So guess what? He probably will stay there until he get fired, if that's what they're going to do. Yeah. So Matt McChesney said this. He said they would have to put pressure on him through the media. And anybody that say anything good about the program, you know what they're attacking you too. They're calling you fanboys, and they're calling you something else. They're calling you fanboys, Glazers, and you're prime Glazers. They don't even think our opinion is relevant. And I'm not glazing anybody. Okay, I'm older than all these people. I'm older than Matt McChesney. I was playing football when Matt McChesney was in preschool. I'm older than him, so his opinion probably means nothing to me. But what I'm saying is, I'm not glazing anybody, But that's what they're doing. They're attacking everybody that's saying good things about the program because they want this gentleman out of here. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I had said this before. Here's another reason. When Coach Prime came in and he gave that Louis luggage speech, they felt like he did too much. In that Louis luggage speech, he said, "Oh, I already have a quarterback. I'm bringing my Louis luggage," right? And a lot of the kids a lot of young men that was sitting there listening to him, they all left the program. Some of the players were told to leave. Listen, scholarships are very important, guys. Some of those players got stuck in the portal. Okay. They got stuck in the portal. They had a really good situation up there. Even though they lost, they only won one game before Coach Prime took over. They still were at a prestigious University of Colorado playing football. Everybody is not going to the NFL. Okay. They're there because they were good enough to play Power 5 football. They're there. They're getting experience. The college experience is very important. But he came along and they're gone. And Coach Prime, I'm just telling you what really happened here. I'm just telling you what really happened here. He didn't tell all the players to go. They chose to leave. Now the wide receiver from the right. I'm doing it. Can you please? I'm gonna come get it. I'm gonna come get it. Just leave it right there. I'm gonna come get it, please. Let me just finish this. Yeah. So the wide receiver from the University of Arizona State that's headed to the NFL, at the end of their last game, he apologized to Coach Prime because a lot of these players, they chose to leave. He rubbed them the wrong way, and they all hit the portal at the same time. They all hit the portal at the same time. You don't have to wrap it up. I'm almost done. You don't have to wrap it up. Give me a second. You don't have so a lot of these players, you know, they chose to leave. He didn't tell them to leave. He didn't tell all those players to leave, but it was a huge roster overhaul. But another thing Coach Prime said in that Louis Luggage speech, he said that being that you only won one game, I'm paraphrasing, he said they let the coaches go. Who else you think is next? And then one of the players raised his hand and said, what about the players on the injured reserve? He said, well, we're going to analyze, and the players that are salvageable, we're going to keep, and the ones that aren't, we're going to let go. That rubbed a lot of the parents the wrong way. I'm just telling you guys this. And I had said this before. He already had a target. He had a bullseye on his back as soon as he took over that team. And here's another, this is like a conspiracy theory, but a lot of people are saying when he went to the University of Colorado, they're going to destroy him. They're literally, they're setting him up and they're going to destroy him. You know, what he was doing at Jackson State, he was causing a lot of buzz at Jackson State. He could have had the potential to get a lot of D1 athletes going to Jackson State and making it become a trend. Some conspiracy theorists said they lured him out of there so that wouldn't be a situation. But I don't know. I don't know about all of that. But I do know that they're trying to destroy him. That's what I'm telling you. They're trying to destroy him, and they're gonna continue even throughout the season. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna close with this. If he doesn't start the season at least 4-0, well, I'm not saying because he can't even play. You know, it's up to the players. You're good as your personnel. If they don't start this season off winning, they're going to continue to destroy him. They're going to try to now they see he was already trying to destroy him, talking about he's stupid. Okay, he's stupid. Pretty much, that's what he was saying. He's not relevant. He's stupid. No matter, you know, forget about his credentials, but he don't know nothing about football. They're doing this to try to get to him. They're doing this to try to get to him, and hope to put pressure on this for him to just say "F it, I'm leaving," and that's the reason why they're saying this. Drop a comment below. Let me know how you feel about this situation. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.